CJ Ambrose 05 or CJ Ambrose, and we're here at the end of the playoffs. It's Dodgers and Red Sox 3-2. The Dodgers lead the series. Let's see. We get a little save and drafting, but let's see if the Dodgers can take the series here or if the Red Sox will be able to push it to Game 7. It's Game 6 here today. I have a MLB The Show video coming out pretty soon. I'm having trouble uploading footage right now as Pedro Severino says he should be in the starting lineup. No, you shouldn't. And I was wrong with the date. There wasn't a game today, but pretty much I'm having an issue uploading files, so I have 2 MLB The Show videos I can upload right now, but I'm trying to fix my file uploading issue before I start uploading, because I don't want to upload 2 videos and not be able to upload for a month. Let's say it's that bad. But now the series is tied at 3, so we're going into Game 7. It's going to be Kevin Gausman for Boston versus Dustin May for the Dodgers. This year the Dodgers went 107-55, while Boston went 91-71. Before I show you this, though, I did add a few stats to my personal numbers, but Kyle Schwarber led the league in home runs, but only with 42. Meanwhile, Manny Machado and Christian Yelich tied for the National League lead with only 36 home runs this year, which is just crazy. So, now if we look at the playoffs, final game. I don't know if it's today or not. It is, and the Dodgers win. So, I'm going to come back at the awards, gonna make my offers with salary arbitration, and I'll update you guys there. Okay, so here we are. This is what we're offering, guys. We're going to bring back Keegan Aiken, Lothar, Merriweather. Merriweather is a very similar pitcher to Lopez, and Merriweather is is a little older, but he wanted less. Harvey, De Leon, Tanner Scott, Paul Fry, Ramirez. We're letting Willie Calhoun go. Austin Mays, Cedric Mullins, Anthony Santander, Matthew Boyd. We're letting Enrique Hernandez go. David Robertson, Trevor Rosenthal, Miguel Sano on a 2-year, $10.5 million deal per year. Kyle Schwarber wants $27 million and then 25, and we don't have the money to do that, so we're gonna throw him off a qualifying offer and hopefully get him for cheaper free agency. And simply put, Pedro Severino is not worth what he wants. Just $4 million for backup catcher who can't really defend super well. And we got guys like Roberto Perez and Wilson Ramos who can sign very, very cheap in free agency. I tried offering Roberto Perez, but he's not interested in a deal right now. But yeah, I look to maybe bringing him in and just having him for his wizardly defensive abilities. 3 straight Gold Gloves. So that's really it for re-signing. We'll go to awards and then the fun stuff starts. Just stepping in for a little bit here. We got all these guys, but Roberto Perez did end up signing back in a minor league deal. So they got him down in Bowie, so he might just end up slotting in as our backup catcher this year. Here we are now. With all the awards done, we filled out our coaches and trainers and all that with guys who I think can work pretty solid together, right? We brought in Jim Goulding, Mark Brzezinski, Carlos Hernandez, and Bill Wilkinson, all new to the staff this season. We're gonna have to bring back a lot of guys and make a lot of decisions here in 2025. What was I swear I just had something on the top of my head. Oh, yes. The awards. I'm like, what was I going to do next? You can see the Gold Gloves for the AL. We don't have anyone on here this year, so the streak ends for Austin Hayes in the NL. There you go. You can pause if you want to look. Reliever of the year goes to DeMarcus Evans. He was amazing. Edwin was up there. And yeah, I mean, he was a monster. And another monster was Ken 100 Miles Jaws, with Kirby Yates also on the Dodgers, having an incredible year. Might deserve it over him. He had an under 1 ERA, Kirby Yates. I mean, it was crazy. These guys looking like Eric Gagne out here. Is that the second straight video I've made mentioning Eric Gagne? Who knows. Top AL hitters, we got Adley Rutschman, of course, at catcher. He was a monster. And that's it for us. Mike Trout, still a beast. And then in the National League, no Bryce Harper. Disappointment. But yeah, I mean, I think that it was a better year hitting for Adley Rutschman than Will Smith, which I'm happy to see. Jung Hoo Lee, I did notice that now. Jung Hoo Lee wins the Rookie of the Year for us, so nice. Mel Rojas Jr., he wins it in the National League. Glenn Garners gets the top AL skipper. And Los Angeles, Dave Roberts, he gets it. Lucas Giolito, he earns the Cy Young. He was a beast. And then, even better though, was Dinelson Lamet. One there for George Kirby. Someone thought he deserves it. With Kyle Tucker bringing in MVP. Had the same amount of first place votes as Vlad Guerrero Jr., but he barely edges him out for total votes. We're going to see if there was anyone weird there. And, oh man. Vladdy might have earned that one, to be honest with you, Kyle. And then, cover athlete for the show 21, Fernando Tatis. He gets it in the NL with a real valiant effort put up by the guy who might have the best ratings in the game. It's Juan Soto, who was excellent this year. He might have also deserved it over Tatis. So with these done, we'll go to free agency filings next. You'll hear about salary arbitrations there. And that's when we can really reshape and reform this team going into next year. It is time, as Jung-Hoo Lee sees a famous guru. It's announced that he will fly to India tomorrow to meet with famous guru Vishnan Hit Me Hard. Vishnan Hit Me Hard guru claims to have worked with pro athletes in the past and known to teach certain techniques which will increase concentration levels. Okay, do you, Jung-Hoo, even though you already won Rookie of the Year, wants to get better? Kyle Schwarber did end up declining the qualifying offer, so hopefully we'll be able to get a pick out of that. And you see the foreign market, nothing. Yeah, he's good. Solid reliever there, Soto. How old is he? He's 27. And then there's this guy who's nothing. I mean, he can defend well, but that's it. And then there's that guy, so nothing special there. If we look at the posted players, this will be the last thing we do before I really get into the nitty-gritty, as we have $39 million to spend. Nobody right now. There was one guy that was posted from Nippon earlier, was no good, so I didn't feel the need to even mention him. So, here we are in free agency. Luis Soto, oh my god, Matt Chapman was $41 million. Luis Soto here, and he's looking pretty cheap. He only wants 4.7. Meanwhile, Andrew Knapp has developed a lot. But wow, I've liked Andrew Knapp. He's disappointed me since he's become a full-time starter for the Phillies after Real Muto got hurt, right? But I always liked him. He was a solid in short sample sizes, right? He's a solid defender. He can hit, or at least he could hit in shorter sample sizes. He hadn't really shown it so far this year. He's really struggled in real life. But darn, wow, he has developed. Good for him. Good for Andrew Knapp. I mean, still not really great defensively in the game. exceptionally unexceptional personality-wise. And I think he's a pretty solid catcher in real life. Yeah, good for nappers. But with that out of the way, let's actually look at guys who we could bring in. I could see us maybe going after Corey Nebel, maybe Addock, whoa. Yeah, I could totally see myself going after this guy, wanting only 1.1 million. Might as well give him that right there, 940,000. Joey Gallo, he's a free agent. It's like a team needs here. Oh, I bet you there's a better screen to look. Let's really just do that. Hold on. Only 21 players. Quickly just throw that on there so then you can get a lot of players so no one gets waived or designated for assignment, so it's not that big of a deal. Do we need a backup catcher? I don't think so, because we have Austin Hedges, who's a beast defensively and is a captain, and we have Roberto Perez, so we're good there. Vavra, Taro Estrada, who isn't awful, and John Holy. I could see John Holy starting at shortstop, maybe Vavra starting at second base. I don't know about Taro Estrada. He's a maybe. It's not the biggest issue if he starts. Then left is good, right is good. Backups, do we need anyone? Gunnar Henderson, he's a fine backup. He could end up finding his way in third base, to be honest. And so is Roman Urias, so I'm cool with backups. Austin Hayes backed up by McKenna. I'm cool with that for now. McKenna, I'm talking about. Sono, he's also going to be a backup. Solid pop. Wish he could just develop some contact. Jung-Hoo Lee, I'm cool starting there. Santander, I'm cool starting. Could Lee play center? He has okay range. He might be able to pull off center. Same with Austin Hayes. And then there's Jahmai Jones at center field. We had the worst defensive team in baseball last year. We were horrendous defensively. And we had the worst starters ERA in baseball. So we're looking at starters. And we're looking at a center fielder and a infielder, really. So I'm going to go on the hunt for them. Oh, knocked my mic. I'm going to go on the hunt for them and see if I can track any down and make some moves. We've made our offers. Starting at the top, Brock Burke, only 900,000. It's a little deal. Ty Addock, we already did it on camera. Jerkson Profar, we're giving him a 2-year prove-it deal with a I think he's just a 2-year deal. Christian Arroyo, cheap contract, but I think he can be real solid. And Luke Voigt, actually, he's going to fill the void of Kyle Schwarber, I think. Shohei Ohtani, of course. This is a real interesting one. I think he could be really, really good. Leave him on a bit of a prove-it deal as well. And just Adonis Medina, he's interesting. We might end up pulling back this offer as we only have $11 million left for free agents. I wanted to get a power bat, and now the only thing that I really want to look for is just like a few stud defenders that I can bring in real cheap. So I'll probably just do that off camera. Our Hall of Fame card, kind of weak this year, but this is what we went with. Carlos Beltran, Adrian Beltre, Big Sexy, Bartolo Colon, Todd Helton, V-Mart, Joe Mauer, Joe Nathan, Eddie Pettin, Francisco K. Rod Rodriguez, and J-Roll Jimmy Rollins. Boom, submit ballot. Hopefully we get our guys, and then we go to the Rule 5 draft, do the Hall of Fame voting results, and end this video, and go into next season. It's our first big signing as we get Jerkson Profar, and we lost with Merrifield, and we also gained Christian Arroyo. So yeah, it stinks that Witt's gone, but I think we gained 2 solid guys to replace his production. It's Rule 5 draft time. I don't know if we're going to make a pick in this year's draft. I sure hope that we don't get anyone picked from us. And Andrew Perez, he's the best looking reliever here. I don't really think we need a reliever necessarily. And they're the best guys there. We do have Caden Griner available. I don't think he'll be taken. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sim actions autocomplete draft, because I doubt that we're going to take it. And draft log, no picks were made at all in the Rule 5 draft this year. So let's go to Hall of Fame voting now. I wonder where Kyle Schwarber's going to end up. It's another big day for us when it comes to signing. We got Ty Adcock, what a name. Luke Voigt we also signed. And we got Shohei Ohtani. We do lose a compensation, or we do lose our 3rd round pick. It becomes a compensation pick for the Angels. But it's showtime for Shohei Ohtani. Hopefully he's able to really develop like he has in real life, unlike he hasn't in this series. He was great in 2021. Struggled pitching in the last 2 seasons, and batting wise, better in 2020. I can't say it. Better in 2021. Struggled and struggled again. Hopefully he can put it back together here in Baltimore. Kyle Schwarber, he ends up signing with Houston. One thing I like about this game, unlike some of the other OOTP games, is that overall changes a lot based off how you do. So now Kyle Schwarber, he's a 60. Like, he was maybe in the 40s or something when I signed him, but now he's a 60 overall guy there with Houston. We do get a compensation pick, and we get a supplemental 1st round pick for him. So yes, we lose a 3rd round pick, but we get a supplemental 1st round pick, which, if you don't know, that happens before the 2nd round, after the 1st round. So I'm okay making that trade with Shohei Ohtani and still picking up Luke Voigt, and we get the supplemental 1st round pick, and all we lose is Schwarber and a 3rd round pick, essentially. Which I understand Schwarber's been real good, but hey, I mean, we're still picking up a good amount of stuff there, right? As Hector Neris, he gets traded back to the Phillies. We're going to the Hall of Fame voting, and I guess I'll be back then. The Hall of Fame voting results are in, as Adrian Beltre, he makes it in his 1st year on the ballot, barely passing through, but passing through nonetheless, as Mark Teixeira, Mark Burley, AJ Pierzynski, Adrian Gonzalez, Jose Bautista, and Gary Sheffield all get dropped off the ballots. Where did my man Jimmy go? 24, come on, Jimmy. Joe Mauer with 58, 61.9% for Carlos Beltran, 50% for Vimar, 46% for K-Rod, and Bartolo 42.5%. So we'll end this video in spring training, but I do want to check some of the guys' demands in the preseason, because usually they drop. So we'll take a small look there. If it's anything interesting, I'll put it on camera, but we'll go to spring training and see the early predictions. We brought in Brett Phillips for defense, but he's still rough offensively, right? He does have good work ethic, but then I went out, I looked, okay, and I thought, this guy, Victor Robles, he's on the trade block, he's a former top prospect for the Nationals. He's really interesting, right? We do have to take in a pretty large contract. He still has he's in his 5th year, 6 years until you can become a free agent. So this could be a 1-year thing. He's a better hitter, and he's a really, really good defender. Let's see, will they swallow any of the contract? They'll take 35% of it. I'll do that deal. We traded away Ballman and, well, hold on, let me look. I don't know why I didn't go over who we were giving away there. That was pretty bad by me, right? But yeah, if we go to the trade log, you can see. So we gave up Michael Ballman, who's been up and down. He was up for, I guess he was only up last year. I thought he was up longer than that. We have Jake Hunter, and he has 2+ pitches right now. Might have 3. might have okay control. A lot of mights there. That's why I'm not worried about giving him up. Never gonna have good, great stuff. And then Paul Fry. We have guys that do what Paul Fry does already. You have to give away talent to get talent, right? Thank you to Best Available Player for that quote, right? And I think that he's a solid pitcher, but he is 31 years old. I believe this might be... No, he still has 1 year of eligibility for them, so it's good for them. And we don't need him in a already pretty strong bullpen, right? So I think this trade does help us a lot defensively, and it does help us offensively. He's better than Jahmai Jones, and he's better than Brett Phillips offensively. So I think it's a real solid trade for us. And finally, we have made to spring training. I'll do spring training next episode. I just want to get a few things done here. We have the spring training roster up. Duvall is not on it, which is weird, but not that big of a deal. Preseason predictions, of course, these are early and they will change on opening day. Have us slated to win 79 games, which I could see. I don't know if we're better than we were last year, talent-wise. I definitely think we did a good job supplementing talent. And really retooling quite well, and in some areas definitely improving, but in others we definitely didn't improve, not at all. But yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna do some work off camera, moving around some positions, and I'll show you guys next time when the top prospects and all that come out, and we do the beginning of the season. But that's really it for today's episode. I'm CJ Ambrose 05 or CJ Ambrose saying thank you and have a great